Well, hello everyone, welcome back to another iRacing replay with me, Babylon Come, and this week we're at Okayama circuit. I just get the replay underway. So, if you've not been following the last couple of weeks' videos...
Stay behind the safety car in the left column.
I've been recording my weekly SimLabs production car challenge races. That's me, blue and white, Mazda MX5. You will notice they're all MX5s. It is a mixed class race, but generally it's usually all MX5s.
Get ready.
This is week 5 of a 12-week season. As I said, we're on Okayama International Circuit in the fine country of Japan, and we go, go, go! It's a 25-minute race, which is about 15 laps. And for those that watched last week's video, when pretty much not a lot happened, it's a bit more exciting this week, I can promise you that. So I started P12 with a 147, 2 cars off. Lead guy was 144, so yeah, that dreaded 3-second gap that seems to be haunting me this season. So I'm in the middle of the pack, trying to stay safe. It's very famous for going off. Get caught up in trouble, so I'm just keeping alert. Oh, another 2 cars smashed up there. So that's put me in about P8. And that's before the first lap has even finished. So, this is a D-class event, although this week it felt very much like a rookie event. In practice and in the race, a lot went on. A lot of undisciplined driving this week. Yokohama's... It's not a new circuit, I'm used to it. I've raced it several times now on iRacing, and I'm pretty sure I've done it in the past with either Gran Turismo or Forza or something. But I wouldn't say I'm over familiar with it. It's not like Silverstone where I pretty much know every square inch of it. However, saying that, it is a good circuit. I did enjoy it. Oh, there we go. I got nudged. So what happened there, we were 3 wide. The guy on the inside touched the corner of my car. And that pushed me into the other guy. So the guy in white there, I'm really sorry, dude. It wasn't my fault. I didn't deliberately do it. Luckily for me, not too much damage, just a bit of a dent. Bit more smoke, so yeah, end of the second lap, and we've had about 4 people go off. I've already been involved in one little incident. It's not the last one. So, yeah, keep watching. I can't remember when things happen, so I'm going to be commentating as if I'm watching this live. For those that have been following the series, you notice the guy to my left there, the green Estoril beer car. It's not the guy I was racing with about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It is a different guy, just happens to have the same livery on his car. So as I said, I qualified a 147. My best practice was a 146. The guys at the front were doing 144, 145s. But the guys all around me all qualified roughly about the same time. So in theory, that should mean we are roughly equal in speed. However, I definitely noticed some guys were quicker, some guys were slower. As is the norm. I'm already on about 6, maybe 8 incident points. So, my safety rating's pretty much gone for this week already. So, but I am trying to not be overcautious, but at the same time, try not to be too much in the trouble. And there's contact number 2. I'm gonna put my hand up to that one. I did cut across in front of him. I honestly didn't realize he was that close alongside me, but probably should have given him a bit more room. So that's knocked me back 3 or 4 places and given me a rather large dent on the side of my car. Luckily again, my steering appears to be fine and the engine appears to be fine. Although I think I might have had some damage to my gearbox, because a few laps later than this I started getting weird gearbox issues. More on that as it happens. Sorry if the video's going to be late this week. I actually tried to record this last night, but something was wrong with my configuration on my microphone, and the mic it recorded, but it was all over the place. Volumes were up and down, and cutting in and out. So I'm trying to record this for the second time, hopefully the last time. So I'm hoping this video should be out towards the end of this week. Obviously, when you're watching this, you'll know that. For those who watched last week's video, where the replay cameras were all messed up, I think they're back to normal. Woohoo! So I can show you this wonderful, glorious first-person view. It's quite a fast track. It's got a couple of slow hairpins, but the majority of corners are quite high speed. last weekend, just a bit of general chit-chat. I did an oval race, only my second one so far. Yeah, really hard to learn the track. Oh, it's a left corner. Yeah, it's another left. And another left. Well, I wonder what the last corner will be. Oh, look, it's a left. But even though, yeah, I nearly fell asleep driving, I actually came second. I was actually leading the race for half the race. So, one of the best results I've had in the game. And it was a type of racing I don't like. Sorry to my American friends, but yeah. I don't know if it's exciting to watch, but Christ, it's boring to drive. So we've just done 10 minutes. In fact, we're coming up to about halfway. Watching my split times as I'm driving, the two guys in front, just ahead of us, are about 5 seconds ahead of me. The guy in green behind me is about 2 seconds. So basically, I'm obviously trying to push now. I want to lose the guy behind and catch the guys in front. That's the general idea. So I'm trying to keep my head down and get some good laps in. Doesn't always work, of course. Loss of concentration, braking too late, braking too early, all the usual stuff. I'm actually using a what's called an advanced setup, where the suspension has been tuned a little bit. I believe it's stiffened. Possibly the cambers have been adjusted. For this type of medium to fast-paced track, I found it better than the default setup. It does, however, mean if you go into a corner too quickly or accelerate too quickly out of a corner, there is the risk of losing the back end. But as long as you're mindful of that as you're driving, generally you can get much quicker times. So the guys in front are now about 6 seconds ahead, so they've pulled away slightly. However, the guys behind are now down to about 3 seconds behind me. So I'm pulling away from them. Probably more likely because there's a bit of a battle going on. Of course, when you're battling with other drivers, you tend to have slower lap times because you're not taking the ideal racing line. So that's probably the reason why I'm pulling away from them. I am having a couple of good laps, as I said. This middle section, yeah, I got some good times in. Very consistent 147s. As I said, I did start having some gearbox issues. I've sort of tried to explain this before. These cars run I believe it's called a mechanical sequential, also known as a synchro sequential, I think. Basically what that means is it does have a clutch, but it will change up and down without the need of using the clutch, providing your revs are in the ideal area. Which basically means if your revs are too low and you're changing down, it will not change down. Now generally, as you brake into a corner, you brake hard and then you just pop it down, 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 or however many times you need to do it. And it just pops down the gears and off you go. But a couple of times coming up soon, it didn't do that. It just didn't change down. And I then sort of go into panic mode and try and get the clutch down to change down, and Yeah, well, you'll see what happens. Also on the weekend, I took a look at my league standings. I'm in Division 5 D license, although I do have a C license, but we're racing D licenses. It's Division 5 from 12 divisions, so roughly halfway. But I was overall position P13 out of about 4,000 drivers in that division. So I was quite chuffed to that when I saw that. Doing a lot better than I thought I was. So that's 12 divisions, each with about 4,000 drivers. That gives you an idea of how many real-world drivers are actually playing this game. Now, keep an eye on the red car behind me. I'm going to call him Mario. You'll see why in a moment. He came out of the pits. He happens to be on the same lap. So he must have gone in very quickly for a quick stop. So I assume he's one of the leaders as well because of that. Or was one of the leaders. Bearing in mind we're currently... I can't remember what I am. P10, I think. Yeah, Mario caught me up quite quickly. He's about 3.5 seconds behind me at the moment. But just keep an eye on him. Because, yeah. So I've seen him in my mirrors and I've realized he's definitely getting closer. I've looked at my split times. He's now about 2 seconds behind me. Probably even less than that. So I'm very aware that he's much quicker than me. So my brain, I'm already thinking, right, I'm doing all right here. I don't want to get into too much trouble. So if he catches me up, which he probably is going to do, I'm not going to be too much of a hassle for him, I think. I think I'd rather get good points than be taken out completely out of the race. So now he's down to about 1.5 seconds. He's definitely much quicker than me. And you could probably see why I'm calling him Mario. So he's still about 1.5, 2 seconds behind me. Guys in front are about 6.5 seconds ahead of me. So I'm not really catching them. If anything, they're probably just slightly pulling away from me. But now I'm watching my mirrors like hell, keeping an eye on Mario, see how quickly he's going to catch me. Just come to 20 minutes, so just over 5 minutes left, which is probably about 4, maybe 5 laps. Mario's under 2 seconds behind me. The pack behind him, which was behind me originally, they're now down to about 5 seconds behind me, so I'm not stressing about them anymore. So I'm keeping an eye on Super Mario there. Come up on the back straight to what would be a DRS zone, but obviously these cars don't have drag. Or at least drag reduction anyway. He's now down to about a second behind me. He's going to be coming into my draft soon, so he's going to be getting a toe off me. However, while I'm watching my mirrors, I'm just keeping my head down, trying to keep my times consistent. Trying not to make any mistakes. My sector times, there was no real good or bad sectors on this track. I was approximately a second down on each sector, which was giving me my 3 seconds. A bit more practice and maybe some fine-tuning of the setup. I obviously could improve on that. So coming around the last couple of corners, very aware Mario's there. He's about a second behind me now. Very much in my draft. I actually pulled over to give him a hint to go, but he just went straight into the toe. And luckily he's a good driver, because as we entered this corner, there was a guy just randomly stopped on the corner of the track. Mario realized what was going on and luckily slowed and pulled away, which gave me room to pull out from the apex. So, yep, respect Mario for that. And that's when I had one of those gear things. That's a second gear corner. I was coming down to it, brake in, changed from 4th to 3rd, went to change from 3rd to 2nd, and it just wouldn't change. Then had a bit of a panic moment, trying to brake harder, hit the clutch, do all sorts of things. And yeah, off the track. So I knew he was going to get me anyway, but I just give him that through mistake. Luckily, the group behind me are a good 5 seconds, or were a good 5 seconds behind me. They're now about 3.5 seconds. But luckily, yeah, that gap was there, so I only lost the 1 place, which I knew I was going to lose anyway. And you can very quickly see how the distance Mario's put between us. He was obviously a much quicker driver than me. So we're down to about 3 minutes left. So maybe 4 laps. Actually could be less than that, 2 minutes, so 3 laps. Looking out for the white flag. Don't think we got one this time. No flag this time, so at least another 2 laps. So last week, even though it was an incident-free race and pretty boring, I did get a load of points, a load of safety points and iRacing points, which was good. Nice to get those back after I've lost a few this previous weeks. My incident points are currently about 11, maybe 12. So I got to be careful and can't be hitting cars, that's for sure. And you can see from the damage, I've already been doing that. So Mario's now about 5 seconds ahead of me, but the good news is the group behind me have now back to about 5 seconds as well. So I've got the gap away from them and got me a bit of a cushion. Coming down to the last couple of corners, I'm fully expecting to see the white flag out this time. No, must be another 2 laps. Now I've noticed behind me, pretty much all of the race has been a green car. But now there's a Red Bull car behind me. And there was a good chance that green car was holding everyone else up. And as you can see, the Red Bull car is pulling away from that pack, so he's catching me. I can see that in my mirror, and I can see that on my split time on the dash. So I'm thinking, oh god, there's only 2 laps left. Please, please. I don't want to be caught up in any more trouble. So Mario's, again, about 5 seconds ahead of me. He seems to have eased off. I don't think he's pushing quite so hard. But the Red Bull car is definitely catching me up, and quite scarily quickly as well. Meaning he's going to be with me within 2 laps. And there's only 2 laps left. I think this pretty sure we're going to get the white flag on this one. So, coming around to the start finish, is the white flag out? Looking for the guy on the left. Yeah, there's the white flag, so last lap. And the Red Bull car is probably about 2.5 seconds, and I have another one of those stupid gear things. Not what I want on the last lap. I'm thinking, oh god, no, not on the last lap. So he's down to about 2 seconds, maybe 1.5 seconds. I'm just now thinking, oh, I want to keep this place. Pretty sure I'm in P11. He went for a dive there, but luckily didn't quite get too close, because that would have taken both of us off. On the back straight, so this is halfway around the lap. He's now less than a second behind me. He's getting a toe off me. So I'm going defensive, going more towards the middle of the track, getting off the racing line a little bit to just defend the corner. Keeping to the inside. Watching what he's doing. About 4 corners to go. So I'm noticing he's not quite close enough yet. So I need to get these last couple of corners right, or at least not make a stupid mistake on them. 2 corners to go. He's less than a second behind me. So if he's going to dive, he's going to be on this corner. That's what he does. He goes for it. He does tap my back end there. But luckily we both sort of survived it. So I'm now just getting out of his draft. I don't want to give him a draft to give him a push for the line. And there's the line. Oh, that was close. He was less than a car's length behind me. So, here we go. Quite an exciting end there. It was an alright race. There was a few 4 or 5 laps where I was on my own. But the rest of it was, yeah, pretty entertaining, I hope, for you guys. And girls. So that's it, week 5 over. P11. Which is, yeah, I got up to P5, I think. No, P6. Briefly, for about 200 meters. Anyway, peeps, I hope you enjoyed that. Please give us a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. That lets me know that people are enjoying the videos. Let me just check on the position I did finish on. It doesn't tell me anymore. Oh, great. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and keep an eye out for more videos, hopefully every week. Alright, thank you everyone. Bye for now.